Welcome to Other Realm Studio. I'm Paula and I'm back on the mic instead of the headset today. Something happened with the headset yesterday. It probably just got loosened. But anyway, y'all got an entirely silent stream. Maybe I will go back and dub it or something later. I don't know. But let's see. Today you can see that I've been buying labels. There's my Kickstarter. There's stuff on Facebook. There's my inbox. But today on Etsy, this is my Etsy store. Etsy.com/shop/Other Realm Studio. And that's me. And here you can see that I have the digital edition of Soulbound Issue 1 up for sale. I can do this because, Etsy lets me upload digital files. And I guess it is a handmade digital file. More or less. I'm not sure. They call themselves like this handmade marketplace here, and digital files. I suppose technically it's for things like patterns and stuff, but it works for comics too. This is the EPUB version, so it doesn't have the problems that my PDF version has. For some reason, the PDF conversion program changed it didn't change much. It just added a bunch of blank pages. I guess in case you wanted to print them out, it wanted to make sure the back side of every page was blank. I don't know. So, let's see. I would like to pop this in the chat bar. Let's copy that. Oh, wait a minute. And come on, is it gonna let me paste? Maybe not. Nothing is coming up to let me paste. Let me refresh that. Okay, copy. Hey, Jerryberry 180. This is me trying to just copy and paste, and this is not happening. Man. Okay. Instead, I really want to make this work. I've had so many technical failures lately. I really want to make this one work. Give me a minute. Just give me a win. I wonder if that's even going to show up right. If I don't do the HTTPS thing. Maybe just to be safe, I should put it. And that's my life lately. Okay. Does it look like the thing? It looks right. I don't think I need to put the slug on the end. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I don't know if that's going to work. Interestingly, this is popping up as Twitch and YouTube. Check, check. But I'm supposed to also be on Facebook Live, and maybe that's not happening. I don't know. Weird. All right, let's scoot the conversation up here. Okay, well, I tried. You can tell. I gave it a really good shot here. Yeah, I haven't really done a lot with the Etsy shop because right when I started, that's when they started getting weird about shipping and stuff. But with the digital edition, I don't think I don't have too much to worry about. Okay. We're done. We're done with that. I can get started on art stuff now, I guess. So today I had something interesting. Let's see, I don't think I want to work on any of my old projects. But today I was doing something that I've had in mind for a long time. I want to get a theme song. It doesn't have to be a very complicated theme song. It's, better and cheaper and all that good stuff if it's not complicated. So there's a lullaby that Becca sings somewhere around the 3rd issue. We're getting to it. And so I've written down the lyrics to it. And that's as far as I've gotten because I know nothing about music. I don't know how to write music. I don't play any instruments. Which kind of wish that I did, but I'm so busy. So I've got my lyrics worked out, and I actually know somebody on Facebook. She's like multi-talented. She's a business coach and a voice coach, and she has been in, she's been in a major production, and she sings opera and all kinds of stuff. She's real geeky. Her name's Kristen Blair Horn, and she had a lullaby from one of the Star Wars novels. I rough out some shapes here while I'm trying to talk at the same time. And that she composed a melody to go around this lullaby that was in the Star Wars novel. And, it sounded really good. It sounded like a real lullaby instead of, something from fiction. And it reminded me that what I wanted to do was get my lullaby, written with a composition and a melody, and have it make sense musically and sound like something that might potentially have come from this culture. And then I thought, hey, maybe I should ask her how much that would cost. So that's what we're working on now. And I just contacted her about it today, but Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'll get my theme song. Yeah, one of my big hiccups with the Kickstarter campaign was, it was just really stressful and I didn't know what to expect. And there were other things that just kept popping up that would also be stressful, like the music situation. Wanting to put music on my campaign, and then it's hard to find music that's not licensed music that still works with what I want to do. So now I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna get to have my own theme song. I have no idea who I'm drawing here. I'm just sketching. And deciding on the level of pointiness on this chin. So, theme song. And I've also been looking into animation, like you do when you have enough money to fund the printing of a comic and a little change left over. You think of like really inexpensive things like having a whole animated series done, But I think that the process, I think it's really a standard thing in the process to have some soundtrack done. I mean, some places can go, some animation studios, they can go back and forth a lot. Between their soundtrack and their animation. But a lot of animators really like to have the sound in order to do the timing. And so the timing's really important. So if I can establish a soundtrack, that's going to be nearly as important as, it's going to be important during the early part of the process to have that done. Unfortunately, I'm not musically gifted, so I'm just going to have to muddle along doing the best I can and find good people to help me out. Oh, I know who I'm drawing. Goodness, it took me a while. This is one of my other stories. And oh yeah, I need the ears a little higher. Like, hey there, Diane. I'll get to your story eventually. Yeah, I completely lost track of my train of thought there. Let me see. I just want to get this curve right though. Okay, so the two things that I mainly want to do in order to get the whole animation idea off the ground, I can probably do background art. That just seems like it would be terribly important to have a place to put your characters as you're animating them. And also the soundtrack. Alright, I will check you out. Thank you. And I can't pronounce the X. It's like Mixer Tracks, only it starts with the X. Very nice. So yeah, I'm on Restream.io, on Twitch and YouTube, and I ought to be on Facebook, but it's not really showing up that I'm there. So, I mean, yeah, so for my Kickstarter video, I'm gonna want music that I actually own when I come back to doing my comic. Let's see, I'm talking about doing my comic early next year, like March probably. Yeah, my last video did not go well. But that was technical difficulties. I'm gonna just stick with that and try not to admit that I jostled my computer and turned off my mic and did not notice. Nobody knows this. Let me see if I can warp this around a little. I downloaded an update for Clip Studio Paint, and I'm not at all sure what's different. I'm really gonna have to look it up. There's supposed to be some new stuff going on with the text and being able to warp text, which that's going to be nice. That was my biggest nitpick about the software in the first place, and it was not much of one, honestly. But let me see. I think this looked better with a little bit of a line here. Okay, this is just pencils so far. So my lines are a little sketchy still. Okay. So this, actually I got started on about a page of her comic. A page or two on like just plotting it out. Several shows ago. So after I finish Soulbound, I'm going to really want to get started on Diane's story here. And I really like her story. It's just difficult to do several at a time. So hers is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, which most of my stories have some element of that, but hers is a little bit more straightforward. It's in like a colonial period of, or a settling period. What am I thinking of? Frontier. It's a frontier period in history in this world, and there's a forbidden mountain, and it's a forbidden mountain because it changes people. Into a sort of manifestation of guilt, actually. But I haven't quite worked out some of the plots, so I think Diane here can wait. But this might be one that I end up drawing myself. If, like, I have a lot of ifs regarding this one. As in, if I can get more confident with my lines. If I can improve my sequential art. To the point where I would trust myself to do a whole comic. Let's see. Yeah, those are the big ones, actually. Because my line art is a little shaky still, and I haven't done a whole lot of big projects and seen them all the way through. There's a possibility that it's like an ADD thing, but I have not been evaluated, so I really don't know. I'm not entirely sure I want to know. Let me see. Touch that up. So I did originally want this to have more of a stylized look. But I don't know. I don't really draw in the manga style very much, or at all. So if I can just come up with a style that works for it, that I can be consistent then that's going to be good enough for me. Alright, why are things skipping? And that was shaky. Let me see if I can come at it from this angle. I really think I can go all out on the eyes with this one because she is meant to be a deer. Okay, that got a little sketchy. So, yeah, I think if I bring the, whoops. Now that bounced. Why? Why is this happening? That's like an ink blot. Thought I was done with those when I started working digitally. Okay. Well, I gotta shut this down soon. I have a lot going on tomorrow. I have some packages to get up and mail early because, you know, if I don't do stuff early, it's not gonna happen. And on the other hand, I'm very successful at actually doing the stuff early, so yay me, I guess. So I've got a few boxes that are being shipped out to my wonderful backers of my comic. And I already have most of the single issue orders shipped out. They're on their way. And I've mailed, I think, all but 2 of the postcards. I brought a stack of postcards with me to work with, and I was out running errands and waiting on various stuff and all, and I just ran out of the ones that I had, or I would have gotten them all. Now, at first, I was thinking that, oh, I can send a postcard anywhere in the world and it won't be that expensive. So I can totally afford to do that for my international backers who could only buy the digital version of the comic. Yeah. Even postcard stamps internationally, we're looking at $1.15 each. So, I don't know, I may have lost money on my digital sales after all said and done there. What with all the stuff I had to do in the first place to get it ready. But that's okay, because I can truthfully say that there are people all over the world enjoying my comic. Most of them have downloaded it already from their rewards page. So I've got, let's see, I've got at least one person in the Netherlands, 2 or 3 in Germany, 1 in Barcelona, Spain, got a few in the UK, at least 1 in France, and some in Canada. So that was exciting. Even though it was probably not the best thing financially to end up doing, because I had to buy the postcards first too. I am very happy that I mailed out postcards to everybody. I cannot get this eye right. I think I have this. Yeah, I think I had it drawn a little too round to begin with here. Okay, there is a tragic story behind the reason why she has such short hair. A tragic story in front of why she has such short hair too, because of the culture she's in. Okay, well, I might come back and work on Dione a bit. I may have exaggerated the neck a little too much. Yeah, I'll see if I can get around to working on this one some more before August. In August I should be having a major project, a book cover. I'm really excited for it. It brings to mind some of my favorite stories that I used to read. Let me see. I think I've done 1 Dione concept, so I will call this one 2, just to be sure. Yeah, she's looking a little creepy right now, a little bit bug-eyed, but I think that once I get some shading in there, that'll help. Well, thank you very much for watching and keeping me company. And let's see, I will be back Monday, Tuesday, not Wednesdays, Thursday, and Friday next week. I'll see you in the other realm. Good night.